Hi good people, welcome back to this channel where we get to learn so many things about parenting, culture and lifestyle. So basically today we're going to talk about bringing up kids in a foreign country. But before that, I want my friend to introduce himself. He's not my friend, he's my brother. Let him introduce himself. I'm confused because of Swahili. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Ernest. People call me BM. Or I call myself. I don't know, between the two. Yes, but I'm Ernest. I'm originally from Tanzania and I live in US at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, so, a YouTuber or whatever or other.
Yeah. EBM is in Kenya currently. He's helping people to apply for the DV Rotary. Please kindly go and check him out. Don't miss that chance of trying to go to the US. If you truly like going to the US and have a dream that you truly feel that you want to bring your kids or your children in a good what do you call it, like a good environment, and your kid to be exposed in this life, don't retain your kids in Nairobi or back in the village, because you need your kids to have the Kenyan roots. Kindly, I want us to talk about bringing up your kids in a foreign country. How is it?
Okay, so there are two things. Number one, many people believe that if you bring up a child in African way, there is African way. But that African way is no longer available in a normal way, because the way we were raised, the material conditions are vastly different from current situation. So even if you say I'm raising my child in Tanzania or in Kenya, still will not be having the same lifestyle and child upbringing like yourself or myself, because back you were growing up, there was no cell phone, there are no this, there is no this, there is no this, so your experience is different. So the current situation you are seeing, the experience of how you raise up the child is more or less the same. There are certain things that are different, but that's how the modern way how to raise a child. So that's the big number one. So there are those, like we say, I'm raising a child in African way, but technically that you copy and paste from the capitalist world of the modernity. That's number one. But number two, there are things, obviously they are quite different, like how you talk to a child, how you discipline your child, how you do this one. And that can change partly because of the law of the country and part of the advancement of knowledge about parenting and some of the tools given to some people. Because yes, we turn up right because our parents did their great job, but if you look now, there are things at that particular time they were very, very good, but now they are not good. So you cannot continue, because I was raised that way. So as new parents, we have to learn. So there are tools of learning to become a good parent.
I would like us to go in favor of a kid, let's say a kid in Kenya somewhere, not in the city, because city kids are more advanced than the rural kids. So I would like you to do to talk in favor of that kid who comes from, let's say, Meru, Turkana, Embu, or wherever part of the country that is. How is that kid supposed to be helped to fit in the, let's say, in the American culture, in terms of fitting in the what do you say? Like, you see now, the exposure here in Kenya is different to the exposure there. First, in terms of speaking, the culture shock. How do you help that kid to fit in the society?
Yes, and we are talking all the time like, oh, you have apply with your family, apply for your family with your green card, and then you win, you have your children. When you take them there, number one thing, which is the cultural difference, but is the confidence of kids. Here, we don't have that confidence. Nowadays, it's a little bit, but we don't have that confidence, because when you see your parent, you are looking, I am in trouble. So that is number one. Number two, any moment you can get severe punishment, like you're a thief. Like that is another point about like raising the kids here. So there is sometimes the relationship between parents and children is becoming some sort of hostile. It's not, I don't say my kids are not my friends. There are some parents there, okay, oh, my kid is my best friend. I'm not your best friend, I'm your parent, but I'm cool. I acknowledge that way, because there are certain things I have a responsibility as a parent. But sometimes here we take that responsibility to the extent that you become like a drill sergeant, or you become like a warden at the prison, or like you are in charge. Like when you come at home, everybody has to be scared of you. That's not parenting. That is just military lifestyle. So that kind of lifestyle, when you come there, you find these kids or ourselves, we don't have that type of confidence. So that is like, even like, so especially like the kids, it will be easy for them to adjust. But for us, we go as adults because our entire life has been brought up in that way. That's why you can find, like, if you see, let's say, even a minister, like, or someone is the secretary of the big department of the government, when he's talking to another person, like even the president, he's talking to say, this person is scared, like, I'm so sorry, Mheshimiwa, blah, 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 blah. All the time it's just people, because it's from the root of how you are brought to talk with the elder, how to brought about this. So, and that is just like, it's not like these people respect you. No, it's just like they behave that way so that they can, if you cannot fire them, like there is a certain type of fear, and which is not conducive. I mean, it's not good. But if you come there or you go to most of the other countries, people respect you, but the way they talk, they don't fear you.
Yeah.
So that is the biggest thing, like, if I can say, like, the difficulties. But nowadays the kids in town, they try to have that confidence, because when the school they go, this English medium school, this international school, people are paying a lot of money, but they are trying to teach them to give that confidence. But still, when you come there, it's different, because the teacher himself or herself who is teaching you doesn't have that confidence. So what experience are you going to give that child that have that confidence to express yourself, to argue points by point, in that kind of things? Like, so those are some of the big challenges we have as just like a crisis of parenting.
Good. So in terms of that parent who has come with a kid, I've come with my daughter or my son to the US, and has that issue of connecting with other kids because of maybe color, the way they speak. How do you help such a kid?
For me, number one, I'm not worried about the kid. The kid will adapt very, very quickly. Within a month or two, adults will be difficult too. I've been 16 years and speaking like African. But the kids, for them, first of all, the kids, they will be able to play regardless of the language. That's the good thing about the kids. They don't worry too much about the color. They have no clue, most of the kids. Us as adults, that's you feel, oh, if I talk this way, how will they perceive? And within a month to a year, the accent will change, especially if they go with the kids less than up to 13, 14 years old. For them, it will be easier to adjust for them. At the beginning, yes, there will be those challenges, like if you talk, the kids, they might laugh because they do not know what you're talking about. They cannot understand sometimes. Oh, you're coming from British English. They cannot understand. But at the school, they have resources. They have just after school program teachers. They have like any adjustment. They have those kind of things, and they have all those kind of resources. The good thing, don't just stay. Just ask for those kind of support you need. So for me, I'm not worrying about the kids in adjusting for the school wise, and the kind of like the picking up, like kids to pick up to you, like those are more into going to high school kind of, because those were like the mini adult people compared to these kids like they are primary school, like 4th grade, 3rd, they don't worry anything about those. But if you start going 7th grade, 8th grade, middle school, high school, yes, they'll be having those kind of issues. Like they know more about the world is going on and other things, and yeah. So for you to be a little bit different, a little bit.
Okay, about that parent who was a able kid, do you say different able kids, or what do you say? You have that kid who truly needs like
extra support, attention,
health wise, or let's say medical wise. How are you going to obtain it? Do they allow, like, I've heard rumors, I had people saying that if you go with a kid, or maybe when you go to the US when you're pregnant, they cannot attend to you because you're not an American. No. Is that true?
First of all, if you go to the hospital, their job is to treat you. They don't care about your medical insurance, whatever it is. Here in Africa, I don't know about in Kenya, but in Tanzania, if you get hurt, you get injured, whatever, sometimes you go to the hospital, they don't treat you. They have to get the police report first. Yeah. So sometimes people die because they don't have the police form report or whatever. But over there, they will treat you first. The police will be called, whatever, the police will come there if there's anything else. But That is the issue of billing. People who are doing the billing, but you're pregnant, they have to deliver the baby. So they don't care about whether you have insurance, whether you are immigrant, whether you're illegal, whether you are not illegal. They don't care about that. Yeah, so they don't look about that one.
So medical-wise, cheap.
I mean, but obviously you'll be, you have to owe the bill, you have to pay the bill back. So how you pay the bill, if you don't have the money, there are different ways. Like some people, there is a forgiveness. But the good or bad of America, if you don't say, if you don't speak, opportunity goes away from you. So you have to advocate for yourself. You were mentioning about the people with the challenges or disability or medical conditions, like a child. If you don't go to advocate for your child, you don't say, they will not know. So you have to say. I can give you an example. A couple of times I've been saying my son has been sick. He has a very severe case of migraine. Yes, it looks like, oh, migraine is just simple, but for him it's very difficult. But it's migraine in the brain, in the head, but also he has the same or more than the extreme severe pain in the stomach. So this has been going like, so sometimes he can have a month without going to school. A month. So there are whatever hospital they connect with the school, whatever. So one time they had a plan, he has to go to school just half day. Like he cannot be able to, he has to wear headphone in the class because it's noise, because any noise is that way. So if the teacher goes, like if there is an assignment, whatever, he has to check that, he has to be given a dark, lower light room to do that. So that's why, that is part of the law. Mm-hmm. So this term, the new term, like from August, is now 7th grade. The school bus has a lot of kids. That the school bus doesn't have air condition. The school bus kids are noise. They make a lot of noise. So if it's there, the headache is going to be very, very bad. So because of that if you don't say, so we had to report. So they brought another. There are even the mini bus, like the school bus, but they are mini. They're not the long one. They have air conditioning. So that one, he doesn't need to go to the bus stop. The bus comes to our door to pick him up, to take him to school, and from school to bring him home. Obviously, if he's not, he's supposed to go to the bus stop, to go to school and come back. And if he doesn't go to school, he doesn't get punished. Oh, you need miss this number of days, because they know the situation. So the only thing you have to do is just to make sure that. And the previous term, the situation was this one, and they authorized the one teacher to come to teach at home. 5 hours in a week, the teacher will be coming at your home, and you don't pay. It's paid by the government. So my point is, if your child has any medical conditions, as a parent, don't feel embarrassed. You have to advocate for those for the rights and everything, and they'll be able to support you in any way you are looking for. Yeah.
Wow, that's so massive. I didn't know that, and I know so many people didn't know that because people here have a notion of Americans, if you don't have these, you can't be treated, you can't be done this, blah blah blah. Yeah. But guys, remove that bad notion about American people. They are good people. Let's talk about diet.
Yeah. We
see so many I'm talking in form of American because you're based there.
Yeah.
So many people say American people don't eat good food.
Healthy-wise,
it's all about pizzas,
fried food,
junk food. They don't have like healthy foods. Even their meat and everything, it's not healthy. Yeah. So how do you survive? Because I have friends who leave the country when they're skinny like me, but when they go there, they just start.
Yeah, so there are reasons for that. Mm-hmm. Number one, yes, we have healthy food, but it's very expensive.
I thought it should be the other way.
No. Mm-hmm. For instance, if this is juice, orange juice, let's say, I don't know how many, this is 1 liter. So 2 bottles of this one of orange juice is cheaper than one actual orange. That's the difference.
Because it's processed?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So as a poor person, which will be a better option for you?
The juice.
The juice. Okay. One mango, when it is cheaper, like very, very cheap, is $1. That is the time when it's very, very cheap. And that's not many, but usually it's about $2, one mango. One pineapple, you can get $3 to $4, one pineapple. Mm-hmm. And it's not even taste good. So I'm giving an example like how expensive things can be. So you don't eat fruits like frequently like you are in Africa. That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, it comes to even like the fried food, kind of that. yes, it is sometimes cheaper to eat like fried food, whatever, all those kind of things. Sometimes it's expensive, like but it tastes good for people to eat. But here you can eat those food. But the good part about Africa is the lifestyle allows you to burn more calories. Here, even if you don't go to exercise to do any workout, you end up, if you put a tracker, like you put like a watch or you put in your phone, a normal person has 3 to 4 kilometers walking around. You went to the bus, you do this, you do this. Just a normal person have 3, sometimes up to 5 kilometers. But for me, in order to have 5 kilometers, that is a workout plan, because you get from the house, you are in the car. If you go to work at a certain place, maybe you are in the office, you sit, you finish, you go pick up the medicine through drive-through, or give my medicine, you just go, or you order, they bring at your home. You come at home, you sit there and watch TV. So even if you don't eat bad, even if you eat very right, but because your body doesn't have burning calories by being active, the lifestyle, that makes you gain weight. For instance, for me, I don't eat pizza. I've never eaten pizza. I haven't drunk soda. I don't eat pizza. I've never eaten pizza.
How?
Yeah.
I
haven't
so many.
I haven't drank soda since 2016, 2017, I think. I don't drink soda. But I don't cook. Every food I cook, I don't use cooking oil. So I do all this, but I work from home. So meaning, in 24 hours, I might have how many steps from my room to the office to eat and come. So no matter how healthy I eat, if I don't take the time to go outside to walk even like a kilometer, it means you eat 2,000 calories, which is health calories, whatever you want to call it, but you walk 10 steps in the house. So that's another challenge we are having. The lifestyle doesn't support people to burn calories, just the lifestyle itself. And when it comes to the winter, that's even impossible. So you have to find a way to start having at home, to have your own equipment into other things, which is expensive, and it's just you are alone. You don't have the company to do all those sort of things. So those are some of the things why people can gain weight over there. So it's just health food is more expensive, but lack of the mobility, the lifestyle doesn't allow for you to be more active like in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Social integrity. We have now, like I've seen most of your videos when you're telling us about life in the US, especially where you live. You have showed us videos when you're walking or strolling around the area, but we don't see people on the way.
Yeah.
Like that place is so empty. You
Yeah.
have kids, and here in Africa we're used to, like, when you have a kid, you'll just find your kid in a certain neighborhood. They've gone to play there. But in your place where I just saw houses and cars outside and
Empty.
dustbins. That's what I saw. I never saw people, kids or dogs, anything. So how is an African kid meant to survive that hardship there?
First of all, as African, you think that there is no depression.
I think so.
People think that way. Welcome to America. You will see what depression means. Number one, you have a neighbor, but you don't go to talk like my neighbor, whatever, all those kind of things. You can see your neighbor maybe once in a month, maybe, or whatever's in backyard is doing something kind of that. So you don't have the interaction in a normal way. Even you have a child, for instance, our entire, like in the line of over 20 homes, I know, just like apart from my home with kids, there is 2 other homes or 1 home with little kids, like they're going to school, like that one. There are 2 families or 3 families with kids, entire block. So majority of people, their kids, they're already in school, I mean, they're already in college, or they already have their own family. So it depends on the neighborhood, but the neighborhood they live is just kind of that. So it makes it difficult sometimes to interact. So that's why most of the time is indoor life. I usually tell people, like, the biggest challenge for immigrants when they go to, I'm talking in this case in America, is, apart from anything we don't talk much, is about moving from outdoor lifestyle, communal lifestyle, to a highest level of individual private life of your own, at your own home. So at the first year, 6 months to a year, you might go crazy. Because what are you going to do? Most of the time you want to home. You go somewhere, you have a schedule to go somewhere, you finish, you come home. That's how it is. And let's say that for me, I work from home, that even you stay home more. So that is the beginning, is just like, it's a crazy kind of life. But once you get used, it's the most comfortable life ever. For me, like, if I go back, let's say I'm traveling back to US, and someone says, or tells me, can we go to the store to buy? Is it important? Can we just Amazon and come at home? Like, I don't want to be bothered to go, like, unless that is so important. Like, so you get used to that life, so you feel you are comfortable, which is bad, like, to comfort. So most of the time you can be at your own house, you are very comfortable that way. So yes, it's a very big challenge to socialize. That's the big part. And even if you meet people, what type of topics do you talk about? You talk about very few topics, about weather. You don't talk about religion, you don't talk about politics, even sports a little bit, whatever. Because there are certain topics people don't talk about in America. Because we are vast different views. So to avoid to ruin our relationship, we don't talk about it. So people meet you on the bus. Oh, today weather is good. No, they said it's not tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Maybe this year it's not start early. That's the conversation, then it's over. You cannot say, oh, Ruto, this is taxes is killing us, Odinga, or whatever. In Africa you can do that and you are happy. And you don't need to know the name someone, you can have this conversation, but not in America. So in the end, yeah, so it's dependent. Like, so that's why you tell people, like, you still have to find way to adopt there, because if you don't do that, you will end up most of the time being in the WhatsApp groups of Africans while you're in America. So instead of even developing in America, you are starting to talk. You are in Africa in your mind, but just location you are in America. So you have to be there more than being here more, so that you can learn more, you can adapt more, and all this kind of things. So it's a very big challenge about social interaction in the Western life. I don't say that you have to copy and paste their lifestyle, but it's just like the life doesn't give the environment doesn't give us the opportunity for us to advance. Like, yeah, if you compare our life to that kind of life. For kids, it's still, for them, they have to play at home. That's why you find, like, that's why if someone buys the house, number one is the backyard, where the kids will be if they want to play outside. Because front, not so much people play, yes, nowadays, but like, just to have those, like, that's why someone, I want to go to this estate because it is easier or okay to raise the kid quicker, because maybe we have the good neighbors or we have this kind of kids playing around, but it still is very, very difficult.
Last week we had an issue of how Kenyans are trying to go to Canada. I hope you have that information on how Kenyans are trying to go to Canada through agents. Can you, like, advise people the right way on how to go to these foreign countries?
Yeah. So for me, I don't care whether you go to Canada, whether you go to which country. Number one, before you pay for any service, have the conversation with the person who's helping, whether it's the individual, whether it's a company. That's number one. Number two, you need to have a clear timeline, realistic timeline. The problem is, someone comes there. These agents, they're very good people. They say, okay, we can help you to get to this point, whatever. But they don't tell you exactly time. This process can take maybe 1 year, or this can take 7 months. So they just talk to you as if this process is just 1 month or 2 months to come. You're already in Canada or in US, which realistically they know it doesn't take that way. So when the time comes, oh, still I'm working on it, I've already submitted. But tell the person from the beginning, okay, if you want to go to school through scholarships, the process takes maybe 9 months or is 1 year. Tell someone in advance. They have to know the realistic. So if they're going to pay for the service, they have already the timeline and what to expect. And not to be surprised that, okay, within a month, I'll give you the visiting visa to the United States. But do you have a contract with the US on speeding their interview and all that? So something like that's the biggest thing I've seen. But number two is, before you go, even if you come talk to me, do a little bit of your research before you go to someone. So that, because you're coming for someone, you're going to pay maybe 200, 300, 4,000, whatever, 1,000, whatever. Do a little bit of the research. Meaning, if, let's say, I tell you, if you come to America and from day one, as visitor, you want to work, Is the law allowing you to do that? No, it doesn't. So do a little bit of research so that if some says something, you are able to know this person is real or not real. So you can go there to ask them a few questions so that you can compare. Because you are going to invest your money, there is nothing wrong to go to talk to 2, 3 people first before you pay for any service. You just like find like an apartment. You are looking for the better one. Why? I'm going to find someone who will be able to take me to the next level without comparing notes, without comparing to other people. So those are the things I can say people should be looking at and those kind of things. Yeah.
When it comes to agents, what do you talk about? What do you say about it? Because right now we have Kenyans who are suffering in Canada because
So,
they have gone there through agent. You
So
can't
the
go
point
to
is,
them because
the point is not. Mistake is for both ways. Number one is some people are so desperate, even if they are not going to. I can tell you how many people will come here. I have money. My problem, I want just to be there. The problem is not money. The problem is, do you qualify first of all? That's number one. Because I can take you to Canada or US. Then what? Like I can tell you, okay, give me 7,000. I'll take you as a visitor to Canada. Then what? A visitor, you're not going to survive. So you have to be, before going to be desperate to yourself, use a common sense. Like, okay, I want to go to live there permanently. If you are going to give me this pathway, how does that go into me to the next level? That's the number one problem. So people cannot connect. So people are so focused. I want to reach that country. Yes, the agent can take you to that country, but it's not responsible. But most of the agents, not all, most of the agents, they do not know the life in those countries. Or sometimes they don't tell you because they've never been there. But they can do some documentation into everything. You arriving there. Then what? They don't, or they can over-exaggerate, or they can give certain wrong information. I can give an example in Tanzania, for instance. One person came to me, wanted to go for community college. I said, now I'm sick. I was very, very sick. My son was, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we can have the meeting. So the parent of that child didn't want to wait. Went to another agent. The agent said, oh, don't worry. I'll get to the school, community college, get the community college. Oh, this is very cheap. It was, which is not cheap to me. It was about $8,000 per year, tuition fees. But the university, so they showed, like, if you go to that agent, they have San Francisco, like in California, you see LA, you see Lakers, you see all those kind of things. So this is where we'll be going. You go to Hollywood, whatever, because the school is in San Francisco. The cost of living in San Francisco is very high. So if you put, it was in Oakland, nearby San Francisco. So if you put the tuition fees and the living expenses, it was over $27,000 to go for community college. So they came to me, like already they're having visa interview. Like we can say, no, they're not going to give you the visa because why you are going, say, the problem is you are going to community college, which is in California, which is so expensive, the cost of living. Why can't you go to Ohio, Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, the Midwest, even Texas? The cost of living is low. So if they tell you 7,000, the tuition living expenses will be low. So you cannot pay more than 15,000 in an entire year. Consular will say, oh, this is a reasonable amount, or 10,000 is a reasonable amount. But 27,000, and you're going to study sociology or economy, you can study at Kenyatta University. So those are the things. So the person has never been to California or the US in general. So as a person, you cannot advise someone to go to California to pay for their own education. Advice, if like, so I'm giving, so the point is sometimes because people say, oh, I want to go there, California, you see that how beautiful it is? No. But for me, because I'm a parent and I know that life, I will never suggest someone to go as financing their own self to pay for their tuition and living expenses to go to California. I'm not suggesting that way. I will suggest to go to the cheaper states. But once you are there, you finish. Then if you want to go, you go to a job there. That's up to you. So the problem is it might be some, they don't have those correct information. Some, yes, they take you there, but they don't give you what will be the next phase. And the mistake for the people who are going to those agents, they don't want other things after that. They focus more about it. After arriving there, I want to go to America, and then I will fight. There is one kid came to me, I call kid because he's just having a bachelor degree, came to me and say, I want to go to visit in America. I have already the money, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when we have the meeting, we're talking about this consultation, I came to find out that person has a bachelor degree and has few points below first class. I said, why do you want to go for a visit where you can apply for scholarship, you can get it? Oh no, for me, I just find a conference or after I arrive there, I'll just disappear. You cannot disappear in America. America is not a forest, it's not in Congo or Amazon forest, you can go to disappear. So for me, I said, I'm going to help you because I know you are choosing the stupid decision. And 10 years to come, you come to say, I gave the wrong advice. So I refused to help a person because the path you are using is wrong and you have the qualifications of succeeding if you come with full funded whatever. And then they say, you have to do for me. I say, go and do this and this and this, check this video, watch and do on yourself. You get full funded scholarship. But someone is forcing you to give you the money. You take the money, but I guarantee you, the person who arrived in America, the life will be very difficult. It's you who took them there and you didn't take them to the next level. That's why all my services, any program I take you somewhere, the first question is, what is your goal? You want to go to stay there permanently or you want to come back to your home country? If you want to be in permanently, based on the qualifications, so this is your plan, this is your roadmap. If you're going to do bachelor, after bachelor you have 1 year to do OPT. You'll be doing, for instance, you'll be applying for green card lottery. At the same time, you do internships in these kind of areas. When you have 1 year, on that 1 year, you have to find what companies they hire you, even if they pay low, but they guarantee to give you green card through sponsorship. While you are doing those kind of waiting for those jobs and other things, you apply for masters. If you have masters, you apply for doctorate. So I have a plan, and I tell you everything. The life, and once we arrive there, I have 6 months to mentor you, not for extra pay, so that you can settle in that particular country, not only in the US. Because I know how adjustment in these countries are. And if you are there, not all immigrants will be able to know the information like me or person who is there, but not all immigrants have invested like, okay, this is how to do this paperwork, this is how to avoid. Some they know the only fake way. That's all they know. Or they are jealous because you come there, you already have masters, and someone that came there as a visitor with a Form 4, and now is staying there for 8 years, hasn't have that bachelor degree, and you have all the potential. They'll give you bad advice. Some they'll give you good advice, but some they'll give you bad advice so that you can get bad things, so that they can feel that they're superior than you. And especially tell you for green card lottery winners, those that should be very careful, because you come in America from day one, you have green card, while someone there has struggled for 9 years, doesn't have that green card. What advice you will get? Some will give you the good advice. Oh, that's a card, that's important. Do 1, 2, 3. But majority of us, we are jealous because we messed up our life. We want for you as a brand new immigrant to mess up yours. That's why I tell people, not every African, because you eat the same ugali, you eat the same fufu, whatever you call it, is not supposed to be your friend.
As I said about that, I want you to help these people who come to the US. Like now, a green card holder is coming to the US, and these people, they want to choose the state they're going to. Like, what would you advise a person who is applying for this green card as they choose where they want to go and stay? How could you advise them?
The problem when you are the winner of green card,
yeah,
at the beginning you don't have much of the choice, because some people, they're looking for host, someone to help them.
Yes.
So obviously by default you go to a place where your host is. So if it's in New York, you can end up in New York. That's the problem.
But now you look for a host, you feel that I don't want to go. I want to look for a host who is in Kileleshwa. I don't want to look for a host who is in Githurai.
Yes. So that's why I tell people this way.
Yeah.
Even if you get the first host, don't stop there. Start looking for more different states. That means if you get another one, you just find it a good option. There's one person got a host in North Dakota. It's not a bad, but it's extremely cold. Like you can die, especially for a black person, you can die. Someone who has never been to a cold area. Yeah. So I connected it. So I connected to a friend of mine, Tanzanian, is in Arizona. So there are sometimes like the other problem is some people win the green card, they want, oh, I'm quiet, I won, my host is in LA. Okay, go in LA and you'll see the life. But if you have another place, someone is in New Mexico, someone is in a small state like Iowa, just go there. There is no competition who is in a better America. You are in America, my friend, so it doesn't matter whether you are in Kansas, whether you are in New York, it's America. But you can stay in New York, you can stay in California. I'm not saying all New York. If you live, I'm talking about Manhattan itself. But if you live outside, like you live outside 6 hours, life is normal still. But majority of people, you get the host in these big cities, and you end up working 3 jobs to survive, not even to save. But if you go to the normal states, it's easier to work in that way. So number one, I would advise people to not just to find one host and the rest, find 2 or 3. If like, let's say you get me as a host, I'm giving example, I live in New York, and then you find you as a host, you live in Ohio, you come back to me and say, oh, thank you so much, but I got another host in Ohio. I think that would be better for me to start a life. I really appreciate for accepting me and whatever. The person will be thinking, oh, that's good. And they know that Ohio to start the life is better than New York. So you see, but don't get the first host and then you stop there. And another way is you can find extra money and you find someone in the inner state. You can, I'm giving example. Let's say you want to live in Washington, Seattle. Find Kenyans like you can. I want someone I can rent the apartment. You have your house. I want a room to rent for 2 months. How much will you charge me? So you can go specific to a state and ask someone to pay and stay there. But don't go all the time. I have to find a free hosting, because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Because you can go to a hosting, you can have the worst experience, and you can be crazy. But you can go to a place if you pay that way. The problem is many people don't talk about expectation as a host and you as coming. So what are you asking me as a host? For many, if you have kids, some people they think, oh, I'm going to get a free child care, you'll be taking off my child. But I didn't talk to you about my expectation. And for yourself, I'll be saying that for free, then I'll be going to work. The person's not thinking for you to go to work first, they're thinking to help their children. So there will be a crash. So why do you say this is a bad host, and they say this person is bad, doesn't help the kids, doesn't see clean the house? You see, but if you talk before, what are your expectations? What do you want me? Am I going to stay for free? And if I stay for free, what do you expect from me? Okay, someone says, I expect you some of the days to help to wash dishes. But if someone does it, but you have to have that discussion. For me, any person I host, I'm the one bringing that topic because I don't want to have that problem later. Mm-hmm. So if you are staying for free, I don't want to wash the dishes, I will tell you, don't wash the dishes, don't take care of my children. I tell you from the beginning, I'm not going to babysit my kids, because just like for me, I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm not going to take a person from a village if I live in Dar es Salaam to bring it to be babysitter for my child. Mm-hmm. I'm taking you from Tanzania today and to be helping my children. The kids are born and raised in American lifestyle. You come here, you do not know that lifestyle. You cannot handle them. Yes, with the time, yes, there are certain things you can do, but certain things you can't. Even myself, I'm the parent. I'm still figuring out raising the kids in America. And you arrive today, I give you that responsibility. No, I'm not to give you that responsibility. Yes, if I say I host you, I'm helping you to stay on your feet, not expecting to come to raise my children. No, I don't need any person to raise my children. I'm the parent.
So what about those parents who are coming to? What about those kids who are coming to the US? Parents who are coming with their kids to the US, and you need to host me with my kids, let's say 3 or 4 kids that I have.
I mean, for me, like I have hosted one with a child, the husband, wife, and child. It was cool because the kid, that child, the one was age of Claire, mm-hmm. So they played together all the time. So that was good. So for me, like, so the point is like the kids automatically they'll be friends, they'll be whatever, mm-hmm. And up to now, like they are consider themselves as best friends. Mm-hmm. So for the kids, for them to whatever, that will be okay. It will be easier for them to go along.
Is it not a burden, like taking care? No, your host is here has 4 kids. You have 2 kids or 3 kids. I have 5 kids.
But the point, that's why, like, if someone says in America, if someone says I will host you, that means they can handle. If you know, I'm not hosting you. But the point is that's a need of discussion. Yes, I'm coming. I'm thankful. What do you expect to be for duration? Is it 1 month, 6 months, 1 year? Is it free or you have to pay? You have to have this discussion, because if you don't have that discussion, I guarantee you'll have a problem in the future. The person later will be making the video. My host was making me to wash all the dishes or make to be a babysitter. They will stay up because, but the problem was not, the problem was expectation.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope you had all that. If you have a kid and you feel that you want to take your kid to another country, guys, just had it. Just follow up on EBM Scholars channel and you will get to learn more about America. May it be education-wise, may it be job-wise, may it be... Is it scholarship or something?
Scholarships,
Yeah,
or to
maybe,
finance your own
yeah,
studies.
DV, Rotary, all those things, you're going to learn them and get to know them. Don't leave this country blindly, going to the US in the name of you're going to be rich. You know, people think when you go to, people in the diaspora think...
I'm not rich yet.
He's rich.
Who?
You.
Me?
Why
No,
not
but
be
for
rich
me,
in hand-
no,
in
for
hand
me,
to
for me is this way. Someone they say, if you tell me to, for me, it was my dream to be in America. Some people, they go there because the life is tough here. I have to go to America. For me, I made the decision to go to America as a kid. So I didn't know about how difficult life is.
Yeah.
It was my dream. I have to go in America, and that's where I stay. So for me, it's different from other people. I don't care how hard the life is. I'm in America. I'm dying there. I'm going to be buried there. My life is there forever. That's me. So if you tell me, go to live in Tanzania or Kenya for, I mean, I can come to live for 5 years, whatever, 2 years, but that's my primary residence. I'm okay with that. But to say that I have to come, my life is difficult, I have to come to live in Africa. No matter how difficult it is, everywhere life is difficult. I'm okay with the difficulty for America.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yes.
If you die, God forbid, you want to be buried there or you want to go back to your country?
If, let's say right now, I'm in Tanzania or in Kenya, I die in Africa, I'll be buried in Africa. But I'm dead in America, you bring the body in Africa? Why? Why do you want to spend
Because you have to
25,000?
bring your ancestors
No.
back home.
What is home?
Home is Tanzania, where you came from.
Home is where your heart is. Okay, what about my kids, their ancestors? I'm their ancestor, my grandchildren who are
But
American.
they need to...
Why do you need to spend $25,000, $30,000 to bring my body from America to Africa? Why? That $25,000 will go and help them a lot. And if you believe in God, the soul is already in heaven.
And you can't take
And
the soul to Tanzania.
Yes, and yeah, and again, if you put the body there, how many times those ancestors they are coming to check on you? How many times they are going to check on you if they okay, I'm going to bury in Kigoma? How many times other people will be coming to check on me? The witchcraft people, they will come there and take this body and they say, oh, we buried the new juju with the visa, with the EBM body, you know, with the EBM bone or something like that. Like they give you juju, you get the visa. But in a serious note, is this way. For me, I don't care to be transported to another place. If I die in Africa, bury me in Africa. I die in America, bury me in America. I don't agree to spend 20,000, 30,000 to transport me. But I personally hate the people. They're in America and they plan to be buried in Africa. And when you die, you don't have any insurance to be buried here and you will bring the burden to other people. Oh, the person said to be buried home. Why did you buy the insurance to be transporting you there? And you were making us to pay for you to be transported back to your body in Africa. You want to be buried in Africa? Start saving the money to be buried in Africa. If for me, I don't care. I die in Africa, don't take me to America. I'm dead. I die in America, don't take my body. That's simple. But my other condition, don't ban me.
And you feel pain.
I don't want to get the fire on earth and fire in heaven. Better to get. I'm not going to start the fire here. No, that's my condition. Don't bury me. Don't ban me like you. I don't care. That is the only thing. Please. My only wish.
You don't want to be burnt in Africa. No. You don't want to be burnt physically, and you don't want to burn in heaven.
Yeah, both ways. I don't want that to happen.
You're funny.
Yeah. So just in general, people are complicating life in general. If you are dead already, your soul is in heaven. This complication. Oh, you must be born, buried in motherland. What is motherland? God said, "Go in heaven. This is our land. Entire earth is ours. Going to multiply, conquer the earth." I didn't say go to Tanzania. Just colonial master put the map to say that is Tanzania. Before that, Maasai would be in Tanzania and Kenya. They were Maasai, but now there is a Maasai in Kenya and Tanzania. If you cross there, they catch you. Why? If colonial master didn't come, We didn't have this Tanganyika, Kenya, Uganda, Malawi. We didn't have those. Berlin Conference did that one. So I don't care. Like, die here, bury me here. Die there, let me stay there in peace. But I understand, like, there are some people, they come there for the purpose, like they get disappointed for the purpose of getting more money, whatever, making rich. For me, even if I'm not rich, my life, I'm happier in American lifestyle because I imagine that life, the challenges I imagine in them, I know, yes, they're there, and I know in each country they're there. But if you come with that, you might have different, like, you made the decision now, oh, because now I graduate with my degree, I don't have a job, so that difficulties might make, oh, let me go to America, think that we're going to get rich. For me, even if I'm not rich, telling me going to become member of parliament in Tanzania or Kenya versus live your normal life, the same life in America, I'm choosing my normal life. I don't care to be a member of parliament with the stress. Be there, eat my burger, make my YouTube video, chill.
So you eat burger, but you don't eat pizza.
Yeah, and even that burger, it has to be conditioned. No those grasses, stupid things. Yeah, so I have my condition.
Vegetables.
Yeah, only, yeah, pizza no.
Wow, guys, that was an amazing talk. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys are also going to enjoy it. I hope you have learned something, and I hope you're learning still, because it will be a continuous talk each and every time you come up to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, the last thing I want to point to people, they know that you come to America or even Western world, you don't have money to afford babysitter, house girl, maid, house boy. No, you come there, you're 100% responsible as a parent. So don't come there and say, oh, I'll come find someone to help me. No.
At what age are you supposed to leave your kid in the house alone?
It depends on the state, but most of the states 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you had it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you in the next. Bye-bye.